Alright, we're going to replace the tie rod ends on a Toyota Hilux. This is the 1975 model. So if your grill looks like that, then that'll help you out. But I mean, this is pretty much a easy install for most any truck, okay? This is the tie rod end is right there. You see it? Let me try and focus on it. It goes right across. Where's my hand? Ah, there it is. Look at there. See, this is a tie rod end. There's an adjusting sleeve, and then there's a tie rod end here. That's the outer, and then the inner is over there, and it connects over there. Okay? So that's where the tie rod end is. Here's the tip of the day. Okay, everybody knows these old jacks that come with the trucks, right? Well, I'm tired of having to manually do mine. So what I did was I welded a bolt right onto it, right there. That way, I can take this, put it right on there, use my air gun, and I can jack it up. Watch, we'll see how that works in just a second. Let's see if I can do this and record at the same time. So, here we go. Well, doesn't that work so much easier and faster to get your stuff up off the ground? So there you go. Go out and weld a bolt to your jack. And jack your truck up off the ground. Bam! I'm so lazy.
Let me just do a shuffle.
Yeah, if you want to. But hang on. Right here is your tie rod end. What you're going to want to do is at each end you're going to want to wire brush your bolts depending on how much dirt is on them. There's one here and there's one over there. Now see, this is a connecting. There's an inner, then there's the adjusting sleeve, and then there's the outer. It's all together as one. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bolt off and that bolt off over here on that end, so then that way I can take that whole piece off all at once. And what that'll do is I'll be able to measure it from this point to that point and make the new one the exact same length, so I can just put it back on and it'll be as close to aligned as possible, so then I can take it to somewhere and get it aligned. But that'll be the initial part. So go out and get yourself this wire brush right here. It's from like the cheapest place you can find, and it's just to knock the dirt off. Alright, first thing you gotta do is you gotta pull the Carter key or Carter pin, whichever way you want to say it. It's the one that looks like this. Now where it's at, it goes through that hole that's up there that I just showed you. This is the castle nut. See, the reason I call it a castle nut is because it looks like a castle. Yay! Alright, so the Carter key pin goes through that hole and through this. What it does is it stops this from being able to turn and back off. It's a safety device so that you don't lose that and this doesn't come apart. So that's why you need the wire brush, because you got to dig this out, and then you got to bend this side straight, because these are usually twisted. See, on this one right here, you can see how it's twisted. You got to bend those straight and then pull it out one side. So once you get that pulled out, then you can get up there with your wrench and undo it. The next step is you got to either beat that top to push it out, or there's a tool that you can use, and I have one of those tools, and they're only like 15 bucks. I'll show you here in just a second. Alright, this is what it is right here. It's one of these, and when you adjust it, this goes onto that like that, and then this, when you screw it down, it pushes that bolt that's on top right there down and out. Alright guys, I'm going to measure from center here to center on that side, which I've got it at 13.5 inches. Here's the new ones, okay? When you get them, there's going to be 3 different parts. This is an adjusting sleeve. One of them is backwards threaded and one of them is forward threaded. So that way when you twist this in the middle, you can either bring them both in or out to adjust it. I've got this one already adjusted at 13.5. but that's your new one. So put it at 13.5, and then don't tighten these just yet. Go ahead and put it up in there and put these back where they're supposed to be. Then adjust this around to a spot where you can go ahead and tighten it up, because that'll stop these from spinning anymore. There is a straight one. This is the bent one. See how the arm is bent? And this one, it's actually straight. The straight one is the inner, and the bent one is the outer. There are right and left, so pay attention to which way yours bends and match it up to the existing one that's on the truck. See here? See how they're both bent in the same direction? What that does is it allows it to bend around to the wheel. Alright, there we are. Put it on there, tighten that down, crank it down real good, and then remember, you got to line up the holes with one of those openings on the castles across, on the castle nut, and then put your your Carter key, and then it can slide through, and then spread it open like wide open duck lips. See that? There. Oh, look, I'm still using my trailer that goes on my radio wagon. Yeah, radio flower wagon. Oh, I can never find the words. Here we go. After you get them both in, then tighten that nut and that nut on the adjusting sleeve. That's what they're going to use when you take it to go get it aligned. I do recommend getting in alignment after doing this, because it could be slightly out of a line. Mine has grease fittings on the back side of there, so I can go ahead and grease it up. And that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to grease these up and put it back on the road, take it for a little bit of a road test, see how it feels. Whoa, I messed it up. Okay, there we go. That's how to change out your inner and outer and your adjusting sleeve on your tie rod ends. If you need an inner tie rod end, if you need an outer tie rod end, or you need an adjusting sleeve, that's what this will help you out with. And this is applicable to any vehicle that has inner and outer tie rod ends. You can do this to any vehicle. It's not just this one. Just so happens this is the one that needed them, because they were real squishy, they were loose. Excuse me. If you turn the wheel back and forth and you have a lot of play, these are things you need to look at that will need to get changed. So anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed at the top, please rate, comment below, give me a thumbs up. If you have anything to add to this, anything I missed, please leave the remarks at the bottom. Like I say, I'm not a professional, so don't treat me like one saying, oh, you missed this. I'm sorry, I missed it. That's what the comment section below is for. Give people your professional opinion on what else needed to be done that I didn't do. Because, see that? Like I said before, that's a tree, and then this is shade right here. Over there's the sun. I'm in the shade. So shade tree mechanic means that I don't do everything exactly perfect. So, that's it. Later. See you next time. Thank you.